Kira, and welcome everyone to another episode of DevOps with Zach. Today we have an amazing speaker from Aotearoa, New Zealand, my good friend Mike, and he has built amazing tool, an extension for Kiro, built using Kiro. So we're going to talk about this, and he's going to share about like how he built it, what are the problems he's faced, and how did he solve all those things. So let's welcome Mike. Kira, hi Mike.
Kia ora, kia ora, kia ora. How's it going, Zach? You good, man? You good?
I'm good. It's a nice, beautiful Saturday.
Yeah. Thanks for the intro there. Like it.
Yeah.
Very succinct. Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about Kiro a little bit first, right? Like if anyone is hearing this for the first time. So what is Kiro, basically?
Well, Kiro is an IDE. So it's built by a small team within AWS. They pre-released in April. I picked it up in September, but essentially it's there for coding, but it's got a built-in AI assistant with it. So that's the power behind it. It's all in one. If you don't like working in terminals all the time, this could be for you. There's CLIs, like this could be for you. Yeah. And it's for me.
I really love the icon, like the neighborhood friend, the small ghost. So
the small. Yeah. It's very Twitch though, isn't it? It's like it's like purple and cute and things. Yeah, I like it.
It's so cute. Yes.
Yeah. And of course, AWS owning that sort of branding. Yeah, they would have something like that, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, talking about that, right? I was part of this Road to Reinvent first hackathon hosted by Amazon last year.
Bus, right?
Yes.
You were on a bus coding on a bus. Where did you start? You started
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
To all the way to Vegas. It's around like 5-hour, 6-hour bus ride. Yeah.
It's a 5-hour bus trip. And so that's through like valleys and through mountains and through desert, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you had 5 hours, but that was that coding. You had a project to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this was AWS reInvent, and you had to turn up with that finished product at the end of the bus trip.
End of the bus trip, yes.
and there was a competition at the end too. They rated them, right? Yeah.
10 teams, Mike. 5 buses, 10 teams. It was amazing because the best part about that? Yeah. They asked us to build something useless.
Useless.
Something useless, yes. Everyone was like, oh, and we have to use like the worst practices to build it. Like, for example, our application we hosted in 2 EKS clusters, 1 ECS cluster, like, all engineered, and it's really nice. And the best part, we used Kiro to build end-to-end everything.
Yeah. So I mean that looked amazing. That really did. That looked like one heck of an experience.
Yes.
But I guess the real thing for you there was the people, right?
Yeah. Right? The community, right? The power of community and the people. A lot of AWS community builders, AWS heroes from the global, and it was a nice teamwork. And I met a lot of new friends and met a lot of old friends. So that's
people you really wanted to meet in person too, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Cool. So I heard and I saw you built something for Kiro using Kiro itself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, because Paul Dunlop, who he's at Datacom, he's the head of the AWS services there.
Yeah.
Just for people who are watching and don't know, he's an old friend of mine. He convinced me that he didn't convince me. He said, "Get Kiro," right? So I went, all right, because I listened to orders for him for some reason, and I grabbed it, and I was like, okay, cool. I know what this is. I've been playing around with Q Developer for a while.
Nice.
Just in VS Code,
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, if something's built by AWS that's specifically geared towards it, fantastic. And they had some really great things going for it, right? So you could get access to your costings and you could just go, right, how many S3 buckets have I got running now? You can just directly, without having to integrate all the MCPs and all the rest of it you had to do with VS Code, right?
Yeah.
That was all fine until I did the basics. Right? and I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Typed up, okay, let's start a project. And I just wanted to do what everybody does, just to test it, a to-do list, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and in my linting, I was running ES linting at the time, and I'm not sure if I'm still going to run it, but for other reasons. But it just kept on coming up with error after error for Markdown, and that's not good, right? So it's just not, and then it had other, like, it had other issues with TypeScript, and I was going, oh man, okay, so it wasn't dealing with things very well. But the power of Kiro having certain other additional bits was that it's got steering documents, right?
I love that feature.
Yeah, right. Because you can control things in a very granular way, and even trigger them as they're needed, rather than just have them on all the time, right?
Yeah.
So that was frustrating me, and so I built a steering doc just to do that. I went, okay, steering doc, cool. And I said to Paul, oh yeah, look, the Markdown problems are just a nightmare. I was discussing it with him, and I said, I'm burning credits. I'm burning tokens here for being angry at AI, who has no feelings, by the way. AI has no feelings.
It's a common issue with AI thing, right? Like, it's called hallucination. Like, if you're not steering properly, it will go from Las Vegas to Los Angeles again, like, to get things done.
That's right. It's a prompt engineering solution, right?
Yes.
So it's part of that multi-layer that's been coming out, and will continue to modify itself. The stuff that I'm talking about today, steering documents, might not even be relevant in say 3 months, for all I know. Could be 3 weeks. But the steering documents help you work at a project level as well as a team level, and that's the most interesting part of it, right? So you can share your team conventions between each other. But before I get too distracted, I went and talked to Paul, and I said, "Hey, Paul, we've got a problem here. Markdown sucks. I've built this Markdown steering file." He said, "How many of these have you got?" And I went, "Well, I've got this. I've got TypeScript, and I've got React. I've got Vue, and I've got a couple of others." He said, "How'd you build these?" And I said, "Well, what I did is I've initially got the correct format, essentially, right? I got the right format for it that worked every time. Like every time it worked with the steering document format, then that meant that I could replicate it in big ways." So what I tried to do is get a whole bunch of steering documents together. He said, "You should put that on a Git repo." So I did that first, and he said, "You should ask for people to contribute to it." But that's a process that'll take ages anyway. So I went, okay, I'll put it up, and I'll ask people to contribute, and if they do, they do. Which, by the way, guys, if you're listening, that's a big hint. So then he went off and he built something, an extension, a really powerful one, which is an AWS MCP steering, MCP selector, basically, right? So that was initially IDE agnostic, and then he built it directly for Kiro. He said, "You should build an extension." So I went, okay. So
let's do this.
Kiro. Yeah, that's right. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's these things of speed of iteration that if you're trying to do this a year ago, build an extension for VS Code, it would take you a couple of months longer than what it took me to do it. This really took me about a month and a half to build, because I just didn't know how to do certain things, right? Keying in stuff that I needed it to be in certain things. You'll see that shortly in the demo. But so I built the extension, and it's it solves some problems, right? One, copy paste. I didn't want to copy paste steering documents, and if I was
Yes.
going to go to the steering docs thing, I didn't want to copy paste, right? That's a step. So I built a recommendation button that auto selects based on your workspace and the languages within, and you'll see that in action soon.
Yeah.
So I'm quite proud of it. It's got it's on OpenVSX at the moment. It's got about 1,200 downloads.
Yeah, when you share this on LinkedIn, right? When I checked this for the first time, and I was like, wow, it's like 1.1K downloads.
Yeah,
that's really impressed me. Like, because it's not that old, right? It's basically kind of new thing, and 1.1K download is a big number, to be honest, for me. Like, seeing that for a new tool, like a new extension, I would say.
Even when it got to 100, I was like, man, I can't fit 100 people in my lounge, right? I can't do that. And I was. It's more important to be known by the right people than it is to be known by lots of people, and hopefully it's getting out to the right people. So like if there's 100 developers out there that are going, oh yeah, this is useful. Doesn't matter if it's useful all the time. If it's useful once in a while, like we have many tools, right? Where we just go, oh, actually, I just need that for this. Yeah. And you don't use it for months, and you come back to you go, oh, I better update it, right? Yeah. So yeah. So if you're using it, thank you. If you've got any issues, please do post them up though, because I won't know. I won't know if
I mean, feedback is the best thing, right? Like, yeah,
so, that's right. Yeah, I mean, because everyone's got a different environment.
Yes. Later we can share if any developers want to connect with you. The LinkedIn or email, we can share that later in the description.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Nice. I think let's jump in and see your amazing tool that you built using Kiro for Kiro.
Yeah,
I love to say that, right? Because you built something for the tool using that tool, right?
To make it better. Yeah, for me at least, right? For me at least, right? I don't matter. It was to fix a problem for me, and I figured okay, if there's problems for me, there's got to be problems for everybody else.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, yeah, I'll leap to showing that in a quick moment.
Cool.
Okay, so we're just going to take a quick look at the overall. It's just going to be a brief look. I'll switch in between this view and another view for you. But I was having a problem, the markdown issue, right? So on the main window that you've got, first of all, I wanted the extension to be Kiro specific, because it was solving a problem for Kiro. So it needed to be underneath this terminal window here, for the Kiro terminal window, which is exclusive to it, right? So I decided, okay, I'll start off with code formatting, and I had a bunch of things coming in with markup languages. So I had CSS formatting, Markdown, and then I decided, okay, we'll better add some other stuff, and we've got a bunch of things in here at the moment. Now you'll note that this is green for Go. This one is sort of okay. That needs to be updated. There, it is updated, and there's a whole bunch of it is updated, but I haven't done it yet. But the point is that you can just quickly update, quick load, install, and activate from here anyway. That updates directly from the repo, so it's not on board on your machine. So the fact is it just pulls from that repo altogether.
So the repo is the single source of truth for all these things.
Yeah. Now the reason I've got sort of this face on at the moment is because I'm trying to work out some security differences with it, right?
Okay.
Because you don't really want to have that. If you were to take this to say enterprise level, there's some things that need to be sorted out. So some secret stuff, right?
Yeah.
That needs to be introduced to it. That's going to be part of the next to-do list anyway. Right now, for your individual sort of developer using Kiro IDE, using the current Kiro IDE, it's really great for the initial processes of setting things up. So what I'll do first, though, is I'll just show you just some basic features of it. All right. So let me just change to this screen here. Okay, so for this little part of the demo here, what we're going to show you, at the very least, is we've got the steering documents extension added below all of your normal add-ons that you get with Kiro. Your specs, for example, your agent hooks, your agent steering. Now, this is what I wanted to control, was the agent steering. All right. Now I'll just delete the steering files here. It's not going to hurt me. We'll just move to trash, or I can just deactivate it. But what I'm really doing is I'm just trying to show you what the latest feature is here. It's this little button here, Get Recommendations. Get Recommendations. It pops up the little window. You can just select whatever you need. I think I just deleted a bunch of stuff, TypeScript and JavaScript, but we'll do all of these. You can click this if you want to, or you can just select them separately, or hit space to select if you just prefer to use the keyboard. Hit enter, and then in the meantime, it'll just install stuff down the bottom here, right? So it's installed those successfully, and that populates the built-in IDE here. So we just deleted JavaScript, TypeScript formatting, and now they're back.
Nice.
Yeah. So what that did, though, is it analyzed everything in your workspace. So when it analyzes stuff in your workspace, generally it's just all of these folders in here, but it takes stuff from you basically from your tech stack, right? You can just go, right, okay, we've got all these dependencies that are needed, and it just pulls it out. It'll scan the entire thing if needed, but yeah, it's really helpful for when you don't want your problems to just start sparking up with linting and things. But it's been really good for keeping Kiro on track, per se. It's been really good for keeping Kiro on track for your vibe coding sessions, really. Yeah, it's been the most important part. It's solved quite a few problems for me, actually. So not just the steering docs themselves, but just in general. So like with integrating directly with the Kiro windows, it tends not to skip the context within that, right? So Kiro is geared to fire the agent hooks. It's geared to fire the steering documents. It's geared to fire those. So if you can insert those directly into the system itself, then into the settings itself, right? Then and remove them at will just by pushing a button, then you're winning every day on that one. What it does quite like is when the setting documents, when you're really using them well and they can file match, they'll only fire up then, right? They'll only turn on then. So with some of the settings on those files, you just go, okay, yeah, I'll plug them in, but they won't, like we said earlier, they won't turn up unless you need them. But it's nice to have those tools around within the workspace, and only add those ones that you want. Now, for the contributions to the steering doc repo itself, there's a format there. It has to be adhered to for this to work. But I'm working on another thing that's going to be, well, okay. I'm working on another thing that for Kiro where it will, if you're working in teams and you need to have that team contribution source of truth, like you were saying earlier, then it's going to have that modularity where you can be able to just go, actually, this is what we're using at the moment, and you transfer this for this tool to work, and then you just review what the output is afterwards, because it will trigger and go, hey, look, yep, I do understand this, but this has to have this front matter, it has to have this YAML format, it has to have a bunch of things in place for it to work properly. And if you've already got that essentially on your own, that's fine. But But it really needs to have that granularity for that tool to.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's going to be a quick plug and play at the end of the day.
Yeah, if it's a big organization, right, and there could be like security compliances, you have to use this format and these versions, so everything could be in single place. And as per your demo, like you had like 5 document like showing up when you click that magic button. So in that case, if you have multiple files and it's going to be show all the files, and you can search it and click what are the document you want.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
And because it's an extension, you can just point it at whatever repo that you really want. But for the extension to work, it needs to have the certain formats. So if you have a company repo, for example, then with all your team conventions, all the rest of it there, then that needs to be handled by another layer of secrets, obviously. But the key thing is that it doesn't need the Git repo that I've built. That's for general use. And it'll switch in and out of permissions for that later on. But you just need to have the format that the tool needs. It'll take your information. You just got to give it one document at a time. Like, you got to be careful with it. At the moment, I'm trying to batch it, but I don't think that's good for context for AI anyway. So one at a time is good. When you come up to that part in your development cycle, you just go, actually, I do need some Java guidance, please, thanks. Right. But at the same time, it's just there for steering. It's not there to change anything. It doesn't have opinions. That was the main thing that I wanted for the documents, is that you can say, I want Python steering documents, but everybody has an opinion on what best practices are for Python. So you just go, well, here's some very general layer things that you really need to have for it to work. Right. Spacing as usual in languages, all the rest of it. Right? But it's good fun. It's good fun.
It depends on the organization, right? They have their own coding best practices they follow, and I mean, they can configure these docs. So depends on their organization needs, I would say. And
that's why I try to keep it as skeleton as possible, so that it wasn't going to be like, oh, okay, no, this is how this is done. This is how this is done. No, I just need a format. I just need the strict format from the docs, and actually context 7 MCP. If you guys don't know it, use it. Is all I can say. It's amazing, and is always up to date.
It's really cool. Like, you found a problem, I would say, and you build a solution. Again and again, we are saying that, like, you build something for Kiro using Kiro. That's going to be.
I'm continuing to do it. I'm like, man, I need something else for Kiro that's not here yet, so I'm going to build it. And the great thing about it is that if you've got limited knowledge, and an open mind, and ready to ask questions, and you're okay with being up till 2 o'clock in the morning, you can do it, right? You can really do it. But the ability to talk to AI is speeding things up. And the most important thing that I think for people using AI is that it's not an immediate solution, right? It's not. It is speeding things up, for sure, but it's not programming at the speed of thought and getting everything right. If you think about your own thinking processes, you have to go through a lot of iterations of, like, should I actually, when I open a loaf of bread and I pull out 2 slices of bread, do I open it, those 2 slices of bread, this way, so it's buttered this way, and then it's perfectly matched when you bring it up, right? That's essentially what programming is. You've got to think about these steps. But you've got to go to AI and be polite, is what I was going to get to, right? Otherwise, don't get mad at it for it not being immediate.
There are thousands of tools available in the industry now, right? Like AI tools. You can just go and ask to okay, build me something clone to this X tool. It's very vast, but definitely you can do it, but it's step by step, very granular. You can't get mad with AI. It will always otherwise say, oh, absolutely, you're correct. We have to keep correcting AI again, right?
And it's your damn fault, right? Because
Yeah,
you're
it's
the
your
one who
fault.
said the
Yes.
things to it.
You own the code, right? I mean, you own the code, not the AI. The AI is the tool, like, yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a skill in the future. I mean, it's already.
Yeah. And I think the idea now is just dive in. And if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overload at the moment on the systems that's coming from that, right? Right now in January, there's a new year, new me, new ideas, whole bunch of things. Everybody's going to the gym. Everybody's going to AI. So stick with it. Is all I can say. Stick with it, man. And you can build stuff for yourself. But if you get frustrated, here's the key point for any sort of content creation at all. If you get frustrated, you're not the only person having that problem.
Yeah.
You're not, right? You're just not,
exactly.
right? Oh, damn, I stubbed my toe today on that bench that's in the way. That bench is in the way for everybody in the house, and they are all stubbing their toe on it.
Yeah.
So you move the bench, right? You solve the problem.
So go around.
around. Yeah, exactly, right? But
Around
you
the
can
bench, yes. That's a really good point. Yeah.
You know, just think to yourself, if I'm having this problem, somebody else is having this problem, maybe I can solve it. And if I'm solving, I should share it. Right? And that's the important part. I should share it. And it's been a real learning experience, especially with this Kiro extension.
So okay, for any developers who are watching this, right? If they want to like contribute to this project, like what are the next step?
Yeah, well, so I guess I'll give you a link. We'll put that in the thing below.
But there's in the description, yes.
Yeah. But you can look up GitHub steering docs, or go to the OpenVSX. There's a whole bunch of links and stuff around.
Yeah.
I have got it on my LinkedIn, and I've got it in my GitHub. But I'll give you the links below. But essentially, yeah, steering docs, MikeRT/steering docs, right? So, yeah.
No worries, everything will be in the description later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll put it there.
Cool, Mike. Yeah, it was a really, really nice chat, and this will be the very first podcast for this year for me in 2026.
Congratulations on kicking it off, man.
Yeah, we are kicking off the year with an amazing topic, and I'm really glad to have you in the podcast. And hopefully, I know you're building some amazing other things as well. Hopefully, we can talk about those things in the future.
Yeah. Once I get this other thing worked out, where basically it's going to stop. Well, hopefully, it's going to stop the occurrence of errors happening twice. That's a big ask, but
yes.
But I'm going to give it a go. It's going to reduce error repetition.
Yeah, I mean, that is the best practice. I would say, like, if you want to learn anything, go and build it. Like
100%.
100%, right? Like, even when I write blog articles, right, I could create CloudFormation stack or Terraform stack for like to create those infrastructure. But I won't do that because I will put all the step-by-step using console. The reason behind that, if anyone wants to follow it, like they have to go and build it. Definitely they will get errors, and they will learn out of those errors, right? Because I mean, if you won't see any errors, but the point, right? You have to fail first to get it learned. And while you're doing it, sometimes you might find bugs, even though like it's related to any tools like Kubernetes or serverless or whatever. I have found like that. So always contribute back to the community saying that, okay, go and update the docs. These are wrong. So that is the part of the community contribution, right? So yeah, go and build, then you will learn very well. Cool. That's all good. Yes, I hope you can enjoy rest of your Saturday and have a good evening, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost evening. Yeah.
Almost
Thanks,
evening.
Zach, man. Thanks, Zach. It's been awesome.
Yes.
Cheers.
I'll talk to you soon then. Take care. Bye-bye.